Most people have a router tucked away in a corner, a separate hard drive for backups, and maybe a media server running on a dusty old laptop. It gets messy fast. That is exactly where this device tries to step in. It is essentially a 3-in-1 box that wants to be the central nervous system of your home network. You get a dual-band router, a media server, and a dedicated bay for a hard drive to handle all your backups. It is a bit of a throwback design, looking more like a piece of home theater gear than a sleek modern router. But there is something kind of satisfying about having one physical unit that handles your internet and your data storage. Setting this thing up is straightforward enough, especially if you use the mobile app to manage the network. It handles Time Machine backups for Mac users and has its own software for PCs, which is a nice touch for anyone who constantly forgets to back up their files. The internal bay is the real star here. You can slide in a 3.5-inch SATA drive, and suddenly you have a network-attached storage device without needing to buy a separate, expensive NAS box. It is a smart way to repurpose an old drive you might have lying around. Now, let's talk about the performance. It uses the 802.11n standard, which is perfectly fine for most daily tasks like streaming video or browsing, but it is definitely showing its age compared to the newer, faster standards we see today. If you have a house full of people gaming or streaming 4K content simultaneously, you might start to feel the limits of that older wireless tech. The 2 USB 3 ports on the back are a welcome addition, though. They make moving files off a thumb drive or connecting a printer to the network a breeze, and they are noticeably faster than the older USB 2 ports found on many routers from that era. One thing that stands out is the physical footprint. It is not exactly small, and it has a bit of weight to it, which makes it feel sturdy rather than cheap. However, because it is an all-in-one, you are putting all your eggs in one basket. If the router part fails, you lose your storage access and vice versa. It is a trade-off for the convenience of having fewer cables snaking across your desk. Also, while the software is functional, it does not have the polished, lightning-fast interface of the latest high-end mesh systems. It gets the job done, but it feels like a product from a specific moment in time. If you are someone who likes to keep things simple and wants a single hub to manage backups and internet traffic without diving into complex server setups, this is a solid, reliable workhorse. It is not going to win any speed records in a modern smart home, but for a basic setup where you just want your files backed up and your devices connected, it hits that sweet spot of utility. It is a bit of a niche piece of hardware now, but for the right person, it is a surprisingly tidy way to organize a digital life.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.